Well, here we are. Alpha testing wild cards. So I know Little Elf uploaded a really cool video yesterday, but I thought I will give you my feedback as well on the alpha launch of Wild Cards, the brand new games from Avid, Cards the Universe, and everything. And I think it's looking pretty super cool. Okay, so here is the home screen, nice and bright, nice big icons there, nice little buttons on the bottom there, nice big banner in the middle. These are the cards I've managed to acquire so far, not too many, but like I said, this is just the alpha testing. That's to give you an idea of what the cards look like. So let's go and have a look at all of the cards available. This is the four different, I think they might be called collections, we'll check that in a second, or four different albums, and in each one there is one set of cards. So what do they call them? Albums and collections. There we go. So you've got culture, history, nature, and science. I like the fact that's all in black and white. It looks really quite cool. So if you click on science, you can see there's two collections. I think they've only released cards for one of them, the solar system. Here is the solar system cards. Not a whole heap of cards at the moment, but there are different levels or different rarities. So should we go and have a look at that? So you've got common, rare, epic, and legendary, and fusion. So these are the common. They're all grey. See the little grey fist at the top there? The red number is the energy, and the blue number is the power. With this game, by the way, it's all about destroying your hero. So every player will have one hero card. We'll have a look at the ones that are available in a minute. These, I think, are the rare ones with the blue fist. Can't see my fist. There you go. Do think they look super cool. Obviously, they're grey because I haven't got them. The coloured ones, like in Q, are the ones that I've got. So I've got Mercury there. The next rarity is Epic. What colour is Epic? Purple. Haven't got any Epic cards or any of these Epic cards. It's a little bit slow on the alpha testing, but I think that's probably just the way they've got it set. I'm sure it's going to be super slick and fast when we go live for the beta. Legendary cards, we're getting to the exciting ones now. I like that goldy colour, that is really cool. Look at that fist at the top there. 0 for 6 is Mars, and again the ability is at the bottom. We'll have a look at the different types of bottoms in a minute. The abilities at the bottom, and there are fusion cards, so something they have taken from Q. That's the sun, so it's the multicoloured rainbow one at the top there. Interesting. So that's a fusion card. So that's the different rarities. Card type, you've got fusion ingredients and level up. I'm surprised they haven't got normal cards in there, but anyhow. Favorites, we can guess what that is. Duplicates, we can guess what that is. So rarity, base card rank 1 and rank 2. And I'm thinking this could be an idea they've stolen from Eerie Worlds, where potentially you can upgrade your different cards. Should we just go back to that one actually? You can update your different cards. So base card would be the normal ones. Rank 1, it could be something like a different color frame or a frame break, and rank 3 could be the shiny, something like that. I'm not sure, but again, it looks like we'll have the ability at some stage to rank up our cards. What we don't know is whether they will still have the same energy and power, something we'll have to find out. I hope they do, otherwise it kind of breaks the game like they did on Eerie Worlds. The abilities, almost identical. In fact, actually identical. They've just got a few different names. So any ability, no ability, power, it's the red one with the sword, energy, I like the little lightning bolt, that's good. Freeze, which is basically lock, and burn, we should all know burn. And cycle is the only different one. Let's have a quick look at the freeze cards. So this is from the solar system. Haley's comment, if your opponent attack this turn, freeze a random opponent's card. And that icon next to it, that little arrow up and down, they're not very good actually. They need to do something to make that a bit better. I don't know why they just don't use the wording like they do on a Q, maybe. But that arrow icon, you'll see there's a few different icons for the different abilities. What other abilities are there? Let's have a look. Burn. Again, you can see that one must be on the return with the arrow down and an arrow up, or we'll check that out in a second. That's Miranda. If it's before turn 3, burn -2 a random opponent's card until played. Interesting. Nice card. Again, the ability is not too clear on the bottom. The way they did the Q one is really, really good. And they did change Eerie Wells to make it a little bit clearer quite quickly. Should we have a look at the other one? Whoops, there we go. Right, let's have a look at, here we go, the ability triggers. So look, the start and the draw are both exactly the same. The play arrow, a little bit not quite formatted right there, is the little green arrow, and the return, the arrow going up. So start and draw are the same icon. Play is the little play button, which kind of makes sense, and return is an arrow up. Doesn't really make sense to me. I think they should just change it and use the words and change the color of the words, to be honest, but who am I? I'm not a game developer. Well, I am. All right, let's have a look. What else have we got? So far, everything seems pretty familiar. They've taken a few things from Eerie Worlds, some of the favorite things from Q. So the ability target, exactly the same as Q. So you can filter by the player, the cards, the player, or your opponent's cards, or both players' cards, or both players. Pretty good. If you do want to filter out your cards, there is a search box I did find earlier on, so you can just type in a random word. Duration, 1 turn, multiple turns, round, permanent, until played, until target played. So really, until played and until target played is the same thing. However you look at that, it's exactly the same. So here's all the different cards. Like I said, here is the deck. So the card at the top, the Earth card there, that's our hero card. The big number is the energy, and that's what your opponent's going to be trying to destroy. The hero cards, definitely the same as the world cards in Eerie Worlds, have an ability as well. So that ability applies to your entire deck. And look at that little play button there. You can hardly see it. It's so easy to miss. Definitely need to do something. First part of my feedback about those icons. But the Earth, do we really need a title? Home turf? I think maybe not. For every turn completed this game, game +1, hero power, 3 charges. So on some of them there's a little dash when you've got 3 charges, and some of them there's not. So that's probably something they need to fix as well. But then you have 12 cards in your deck. Having a look through it, oh, cards matching your filter. What have I got on there? There we go, all cards. So here's the other hero cards. So we got Hamburger. Let's just go back and have a look at Hamburger. Hamburger, see that icon is so small. 70 power for the Hamburger. That one, see the 3 little dashes? For every culture card in your hand, gain +1 shield, +1 HP, and 1 hero attack, 3 charges. So that one will indicate how many charges you've got left, I'm guessing. I'm not sure why they want shields and healing power. Kind of almost the same thing really, but there we go. 1 hero attack. The Heroes of History, Oda Nobunaga. Again, the writing is really small. For every card you play this turn with 7 or more base energy, gain +3 hero power, 3 charges. So again, there's 3 charges on that one, but there is no little indicator to say how many charges you've used, which you need. If you're running 3 charges, you've got to have an indicator on it. Otherwise it's going to be chaos. So African Lion's got 2 little buttons there for the 2 charges. See that one? So I think that's just a mistake that they've made on a few of these. Again, that icon, the play icon, totally small. So African Lion Pride, well, I don't think we need the Pride really. Give yourself a bit more space, or maybe put the trigger in big bold writing at the top there. If you have 4 or more shield, gain +5 hero attack this turn, 2 charges. And the last one, Earth, again, that's got 3 charges but no indicator on it. And that one, bizarrely, has got 100 power. Super powerful. And actually, if you look at our league video, I think Cleopatra had 240 power. So I'm sure they're going to balance that out before it gets released. Cleopatra being obviously a history hero. So those are the hero cards. Pretty good idea. I do like it. One of my favourite parts of Eerie Worlds actually was the world cards, giving your whole deck some extra abilities. It makes the game a lot more challenging, and you can be a lot more strategic. But yeah, all of these have got 70 power. So Hamburger there, look, the 3 dashes. So those are the hero cards. Let's have a quick look at the fusion cards. There's only 4 fusion cards at the moment. There's no fusion ingredients, so I'm not quite sure how we're going to fuse them. But for sure, I'm guessing it's going to be something similar to Eerie Worlds. I did find, I think it's just a glitch, that if you build a deck, it's almost impossible to remove a card and add a card. You kind of have to start all over again. The trading post, absolutely identical to Eerie Worlds and Q. You can post a card that you want and you can offer a card. The big number, I guess, is the number that you've got. So I have got 0, 0, and 1 off the burrito that Tanjo is. That's the wanted. So Tangent wants. So I could send Tangent a burrito. Let's have a look. I did notice you can buy trade tokens. So these are the ones that are offered. So Tangent is offering Miranda. There we go. And I need that card. So we could do a swap. I could give Tangent a burrito for his Miranda. Sorry, her Miranda. Yeah, her Miranda. So yeah, trading looks really good. Really nice to see trading right at the beginning. Eerie was launched without trading, which I think was a bit of a mistake. Well, there we go. Early look for you. Quite liking the look of the beta. Bye.